The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com for more info.
You thought that was funny.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You were laughing like a hyena when he said it.
98.
What the hell is wrong with you?
WWBD.
What would Brady do? All right, it is time now for Brady to solve all the problems in all the world, although after this weekend, I'm not so sure we can call him the most moral man in Phoenix. But he wasn't in Phoenix then, was he?
What stays in Vegas?
Yeah,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I wish it would have, though, in this case.
Because Brady just farted out half of Vegas and giggled himself silly while we had to go stand somewhere else.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, if you like dying. Brutal.
Feel much better now.
Good. So do we. Knowing that you don't have long to live. By the way, I got this email. What Would Brady Do is brought to you by our friends at M&P Guns over there on Indian School and 12th Street. You want to hop in on there and get all their specials while they get this building. We've been talking about their new building, that they're moving all their stuff over. They're doing that sale still to get the stuff out, to have less to move, although they're getting closer to just having the new building. Yeah. So get on over there. All the prices for ammo, which have kind of steadied out, but they've steadied out real high. You can get good prices. You can get pretty much everything you've wanted, any caliber, anything you want. They got it, or they'll get it. And plus, you can get the AR-15s built there. They're certified to do all the work. M&P
AKs
guns.
Too, and
yep.
They actually had. I was there on Friday, and they actually have, I think, like a pallet and a half of 9mm. So if you're looking for 9, which everybody is, they got it there. So make sure you hit them up.
Do you know what it was?
Cost? I don't remember which. No, I don't know. I can
like
text
30s?
Byron and find out.
30s?
No, I think it was cheaper than that. Actually.
No kidding?
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, because that stuff's
I'll text Byron.
High demand.
And there's no limit on it. You can buy cases. You can buy one box. You can buy
no
a case.
kidding.
Yeah,
right.
whatever
So they
you
got
want.
that much.
They got that much.
Good. Well, that's huge because that's the one that goes fast. They usually run out every day. So M&P Guns, 12th Street and Indian School. This one says, this isn't a What Would Brady Do. This is watching the local news Friday night, and they were doing a story about the starting quarterbacks for ASU and U of A, both being from Gilbert. And who did they interview for this high school perspective? The greatest football player the state has ever seen, DZ Derek Zeller. They interviewed the guy, the man. Shoot. Interviewed.
We got to find that online here.
They put a microphone in front of a god, and he dangled words into your ears you never heard before. Shoot, you sucks can't handle an interview with Derek Zeller. You wouldn't know what to ask. Derek Zeller asks his own questions, and he gets all the answers right. He's human jeopardy. Answer comes out first. He knew what you were going to say. Shoot. I wept openly watching that news report. You sucks walking around here.
You get in DZ's program, you come out a man.
Come out a quarterback at a major school.
Is Coach Clark still around?
He's alive. I'm fine. Look at me right now. Shoot, this suck over here. You got ragu for brains, son. All right. Congrats, Derek. Are you ready?
Ready.
Dear Brady, my mother says she won't accept any woman in my life who isn't Jewish, and she's open and up front about it. Does not budge. She's actually told the Gentile girls in the past that she would never accept them for real. So have fun while it lasts, but don't get attached. My new girlfriend is going to drive her nuts, and I really like this one. She's half white, half African American. My mom will not budge on this issue. I'm hesitating to introduce them. It's wrecking everything because I really want this to go forward, but how? Help me, Douglas. Oof.
Okay, well, don't introduce this one.
No?
Your mom. Yeah.
You don't like the idea of this one?
Just keep them to yourself for a while until you're ready.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's no use in parading a bunch of different ones.
So you don't think it would be a firestorm to keep her away from mom and then say, no, I am going to pop the question to this one, or we're going to move in together.
You get to that level.
Then you introduce them.
Yep.
The Jewish mom's going to go even crazier.
So it's Jew or nothing?
That's it. Jew or zeros.
Yeah.
And that's, not an uncommon thing.
Yeah. It is not.
But if you wait and say, no, not only, Mom, have you not met this girl, she's now we're moving in together, and it's super serious. Before you even had a chance, she's going to go full Jewish mother, go crazy.
It was the other way around in my family. My mom's family, Irish Catholic, and one of my mom's sisters basically married a Jewish guy.
Oh, boy.
And they were like, you got to marry Catholic, but they end up eloping. Took a couple years, but it worked out.
Yeah.
Did it take a couple of years till everybody just kind of caved in, or was there a lot
it was
of
more,
like
it was harder
about
for
it?
her parents, Babu and Babelchick.
They just didn't like Jews.
They just wanted someone. They wanted a Catholic.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't only.
Yeah. Well, they hated others.
They had a whole list. You're not Catholic.
They're from another time, right?
Yeah. On the religious side of it,
yeah, you don't
Catholic
play that
only.
Game. Right. Oh,
that's what Father Dale said too.
That's right. Like the little ones. I think he'd mix in a Jewish kid or a Muslim if he was up for the game.
Yeah, and I get it. And then
didn't care.
There was also a lot.
Not a lot of boundaries.
There's still couples that make that decision. Like if there's religion in the mix, okay, how are we raising the kids? Just like I have a buddy that is Protestant and his wife's Jewish, and they decided to raise the kids Jewish.
Right.
Or other way around.
Let them figure it out.
Yep.
That's up to you and the lady. But
that is.
The mom being involved is brutal in the first place.
She's got to, if this is the one you get married, she's got to get over it.
Don't say that. If, in fact, Brady,
the one right now,
your mom didn't like a girl you liked a lot, would it have changed anything?
Not if I liked her.
Right. So you just have to tolerate your nutty mother.
Yeah. Which wasn't hard. I know it's difficult for some others.
Well, when you get that religion thing in there, they'll cut you off, or it's like you don't have the Italian, like your mom's not an Italian girl only kind of thing.
No,
some Italian families are.
Oh yeah,
very
and I know
strong.
some that are that way. Yeah. Absolutely.
She's dating a girl who's not Italian. So yeah, I don't know where that comes from. Like,
I think it's just old school. I think that's in
really
any nationality, actually, for the most part.
Not
absolutely.
us Swedes.
No,
no, we don't have any. No pride.
Don't you think?
No care. No.
I don't know. They keep it.
They got a little
keep it
weird
real
about
over there.
Up there in Sweden and Norway and stuff. Norway's the real.
Norway.
Don't mess with it. Although they just relaxed all that. Sweden does in Sweden want to keep it in house, but I think once they leave, they're like, we're doing everything.
It's like being the Amish. Once you get out of there, you're
once you're
going
out, I can look. Everybody can do anything. I'm going to go nuts. Dear Brady, if I want to sell my family van and get an old muscle car, how do I make my wife understand? I hate being a man driving this stupid Dodge minivan all over the place. She's got a Ford Explorer. We both, for Christ's sake. We got 3 kids. My life goals have been destroyed. I want to be a car guy again, and I'm having regretful, hard feelings that she's trying to make my life miserable. She doesn't even discuss it with me. I love Chevelles. I want my Chevelle back. It is my real and only love. Help, Trevor.
Well, the first way is if you can get enough money and have that as the third car.
Oh.
No, get rid of the van. Get rid of the van.
Then the next one, is get rid of the van. And if she has that much of a problem with it, if it can't work, that would be one thing. The Chevelle would work.
But I'll tell you this.
Because you already have the Explorer.
But there goes your argument of we don't need both cars if you just get a third one. So you can't say, well, we don't need both of these, and then go and get a third one, because now you're just expensive and stuff. Now you're just getting too crazy.
I know. That's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. But if you Ford Explorer, you're like, I want a Chevelle, something fierce. Give me my weekends back.
But the thing is, though, I mean, I don't think he's going to use the Chevelle as a daily driver. It's going to be, again, weekends and
maybe
whatever.
Some guys
not too many guys are doing it daily.
Very true.
What would stink even more is if he gave her the Explorer because that's what she wanted, and he took the minivan, and now she's and he wants to get his car.
Yeah, I think the bigger issue is saying it's my one and only true love at the end of the letter might make her feel like, well, I don't want that. I don't want you to find your real passion isn't me.
You're putting that in front of me.
Right. So you have to start acting like you don't really care if you get a Chevelle.
Yeah.
Act like you don't want it. She's going to want you to have it. You're acting like you want it too much. And you're scaring her into thinking that you actually – like women hate when men are happy and excited. And so you're being too happy and excited of the idea of something outside of what you've already got. That's probably the problem. If you're just like, Chevelles are cool, but whatever. And just kind of be beaten by it. And then go, I'd love to have one someday, but it's just not in the cards. I don't really care. If you start acting indifferent, I think she'll be like, oh, he doesn't really care. And then one day just go, I'm going to get that Chevelle. I just kind of seem like it's a whim. Don't get too excited. They don't like that.
That can happen.
They don't like when you're like, oh, I want to do that. So I want that so much.
Overselling it.
Yeah. It's the same, my theory on sports. They see what our true love looks like when they see us watch our teams. And that's why they don't like they start planning stuff around sports weekends because they're like, I don't want you to be that happy if it's not about me.
Something else might be going on, too. Once that starts, there's something that's going off
the car?
kilter. When something like that happens, that situation.
What do you mean?
That I don't want him to have this car, or I don't want
That's
her going there.
Stuff. When you start, you're worried about something. But that's women start seeing you get too excited about something. They're like, that's not right. Why doesn't he have that kind of excitement for me? So you got to get real super excited about something she's doing, and then you'll get yourself a Chevelle. Most of the time, that means she's getting a car too. You get a new car.
Yeah, she gets a minivan.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, here you go.
Take your minivan.
Here's this precious minivan you can't get enough of.
That's
get rid of that
brutal.
Explorer. Yeah,
get out of that minivan.
Although I did drive that.
Even if you can't get the Chevelle, spin that minivan.
It was that Dodge Caravan I drove around. I kept spinning the tires.
Why?
The thing had because I had a rental, and the only one they had left was a Caravan. I'm like, I'll take it. I don't care. It's only for a couple days. I hit the gas in that thing, and then I discovered that you driving around in that thing is a mid-30s, late 40s puss wagon. Like, oh my God! I pull up to lights and you just sit there. Oh, yeah, and these like women would look at it like, like that's their thing.
That's kind of expired, though.
And then you hit the it's way past the milk day. I hit the gas and the thing would spin out. And you're like, it's got some balls. It was fast. It was pathetic, I felt horrible being in it, but it was quick.
My dad went through 2 or 3
minivan
town and countries.
Yeah, but that was after he's told us the last erection he had
was in his 70s.
Clinton's first term. So he gave up on any of the cool stuff a long time
He gave up
ago.
on the town and country when he was 82.
Your mom actually was the one who said that. So when's the last time you guys had when was it? 92 Torp? And he's like, yeah, it was the last time. Yeah, I've had some trouble since. Yeah, I can't get. All right. But he told us right here on the air that his last good quality usable erection was 92, and then he started dabbling in the minivan world. Can you blame him?
It's sweet.
He's been through how many presidents without an erection? 2, 4. Oh, 5, really, because he got one after Clinton elected and then nothing else. So those 8 years were empty. Good Lord. The last real, consistent boning was the first Bush administration.
Jeez.
That was the last Bush administration for me. Anyway, dear Brady, my wife has a man in her life that she calls brother, but he's not a real brother. Stepbrother. In fact, he was just a kid whose parents had trouble and lived at their house when they were in junior high and high school. And I just found out the other day they used to play together as teenagers. They never had sex, but they experimented on each other. She learned everything she knows how to do off of this guy's body. Well, finding that out changes stuff. He's around a lot. She's only 29, so this wasn't tons of years ago. Do I tell her I don't like him to come over at the house when they're alone? Because now I know that there's a thing. RM.
First of all, not having sex together, but learned everything.
Right. That could be.
She talked, I guess, but they experimented.
Yeah.
That's having sex, John.
No, it's not. Penetration is sex. Ask every Catholic, ask every Mormon.
President.
You can do everything you want until it goes in the honey hole. Then you lose your virginity.
It's still sex. You're not even supposed to do that.
Sexual. You're not even supposed to think about it if you're getting into that stuff. But
if you're getting into the religious card.
Because you can't
handle it.
You don't consider a girl giving you a little handwork, a little old-fashioned, losing your virginity.
No.
Right. And
but it's not even about that. It's about even just getting the clothes off and
Sure. But if I said to you, Brady, did you have sex with that girl last night? You could have done everything else. You're not going to say yes.
If you French kissed your mom,
well, I don't know what
is
you're
that
talking
having
about.
sex or is that just kissing her?
It's just kissing her.
Don't you think it's sexual?
No.
French kissing your mom?
It's
who the hell's doing that?
What is wrong with him? Why would you? Why is your mother
your mom on the cheek? Whatever. A girl. A difference. So if you're greeting
where
a girl,
did mom come?
Frenching come from?
Yeah.
You think
I'm just
French
saying,
kissing is
okay,
sex?
just take a regular girl.
Oh, yeah, I would prefer that over your last scenario. French kissing
There's
your
a difference.
mom, maybe, but
one's more sexual, don't you think?
if I French kiss my mom versus French kissing a
girl.
friend,
A girl rather than
can't get off your
kiss
first
on the
idea.
cheek.
Sexual and
of
sex are
kissing.
two different things. Sexual is not the act of sex,
but it's there's more. What I'm saying is there's more to it than just the intercourse on the sex thing. Not having.
But again, if I go and French kiss a girl and you go, "Did you guys do it?" I'd be like, "Yeah." You'd be like, "No, you didn't. You just kissed her."
Well, here's what I'm saying is, if you said I just experimented, we never had sex,
right?
But I, orally pleased him.
That's not sex.
Oh, that's no big deal.
No. You're not saying that's why he's writing. He says it's a big deal. He never actually closed the door.
I think talking about it and actually doing some of these is kind of a big deal. That brother thing becomes a little more real. Wait a minute, okay, because you can't.
French kissing the mom thing comes from.
I'm still struggling. I'm still nauseated over here.
The difference in because you're saying the point was kissing is not sex.
But intimacy and sex are different. So, yeah, you can get intimate with your mother in that regard. It's inappropriate.
But she was intimate with this guy.
Right.
If it was just verbal, that's one thing, talking about it. But if you're actually experimenting on some of that stuff,
right. Back in high
you can't
school.
really be friends. Like, would you want your wife or girlfriend to be friends with?
Well, that's what he's asking you. The whole letter is based on that.
Yeah. So he's asking and saying, should I not talk to this guy?
No, he's saying, how does he tell her he's not comfortable with that guy being at the house without him now that she told him this stuff? Even though maybe before he was totally fine with it. It's just some stepbrother. They were doing porn stuff.
I'd tell her. I mean, you have to. If you're uncomfortable with it.
It's her brother. So you're basically saying, I
know
don't want
at
your
one
brother
time-
in the house anymore if I'm not home.
Yeah, there's something about
How do you go about that? You just say, you guys were humping each other.
Well, if you're asking, I mean, first of all, by asking that and telling her, then you see her reaction. If you feel there's enough trust there, then you should be fine with it.
Yeah, don't bring up the mother thing, though. Brady,
are we done? I just
Are we asking a 55-year-old man about what sexual is? This guy jerks to fish tanks. Strong point. Hard to argue. Yeah.
It's not having sex.
Your mom got involved. It isn't. You think that is?
No.
You think the whacking thing is?
No.
Right. Because I lost my virginity way too early.
With another hand, it is kind of more or less.
It's sex.
Sexual.
So a hand job is.
Yeah.
But sexual and sex are different.
I would say it would go into the category of you're having sex with someone. You're having sexy time with someone.
That's like a child would talk. But yeah, it's a sexual act, but it is not the act of sex.
Yeah, but
there's even in the law.
It's just as bad, though. If you walked in on your wife,
and some guy's
giving a hand
job, because there's an intimacy.
It's a little
issue.
different than walking in there and they're talking.
But it's intimacy, and what's the first thing she's going to say? We didn't actually do anything. We didn't go. Well, that's enough.
But she's
not going to say we never had sex. I just started to give him an old fashioned because he's a good mailman.
Yeah,
mail is always 1:00. Boom. Yes, there's inappropriate behavior, but it all doesn't fall in the category of sex. Like if Kirby, your daughter, says I had sex, you'd be like, oh, my God. But if she said, no, I just gave this guy an old-fashioned, because you guys have those talks.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, she's experimenting, she's growing, she's going base to base, not sex yet. Just don't have sex. Because pregnancy and sex are tied together. Hand jobs are safe as can be, kids. I'm telling you right now, you should get all over those. Oh, my God. Right now?
Yeah.
That's your
spots. You got lots left.
It's Brady's fault because he's making out with his mom. We had to get through that.
Stop.
It hit home with Brady.
It hit home with all of us, Brady. There's nobody that did
Yeah.
not hit home with. It should have hit home harder with you that was the first thing you thought of. You French kiss your mom. Is it sex? I'm like, I don't like any of your questions. But I am turned on, and I don't know why. My stomach's all turny and tingly. I feel good. Brady, you're going to sit in the corner for a little bit until you figured out what you did wrong. And Brett, next week, prepare for what would Brett do. It's 98 KUPD.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station. 98 KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.